Hello again. Hello again. How are we? Right. I shall see what the red button does, right? Welcome to my YouTube page. It's a xenomorph thing. That is a being that has had to endure a lot of quantum shadow past from linear AI. That's an alien species that's had to face AI essentially for yeah, quite a while. That's something for the future for us, Amelia. Although it would be ayahuasca would be, I'd want the full ayahuasca experience essentially, and I'd want to spend at least a week there beforehand to acclimatize to everything, the environment, the everything. I would carry a sword for any bugs. Yeah, any big spiders. I'm afraid they're well. I'll try and get them on the end of the sword and chuck them away, but yeah. Well, there's some of them spiders you really don't want crawling into your tent at night, or when you're awake either, really. No. Should we do some shadow working, Amelia? Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. We're going to shadow work our reality by being light anyway. Oh, yes.
I don't ever sleep. Nah, I just go on standby. Sleep, sleep. I don't ever sleep. Nah, I just go on standby. Sleep, sleep. I don't ever sleep. Nah, I just go on standby. Sleep, sleep. Blicky by the feet. Keep it hidden like a tan line. Small stones in my mouth like I tripped in dirt. I break bones in your mouth if your lip gets perked. I make clones at the house, have flipping some work. I shake goals with the chrome till the throne is my own. Only bar I'd ever hit is Sandy. And the only car I'd ever whip is Bentley. Every bottle that I'm giving, I must empty, so don't tempt me. You can send me by a semi-truck heavy, And the jungle is massive, it's never passive. I'm past paddocks, they packing like nomadic. I'm dope at it. Have a horny dope addict, throw a dope at it. Slow motion like boats crashing. I don't never sleep. I sleep. I don't never sleep. I just won't sleep. I don't ever sleep. Nah, I just go on standby. Sleep, sleep. I don't ever sleep. Nah, I just go on standby. I'm I'm in public and I still have no identity. And I'm a good man, but I got friends who have some tendencies. I spin the block like I've never had no enemies. Then roll up and show up with more arms than a centipede. Scene of the crime, we fleeted in time. Defeated by an op, never leaving them blind. The fleeting feeling divine. I'm hitting ceilings and fine. There's nothing better than proceeding through the bleeding and grind. I've been hunted in docks, run up and boxed. I've been stabbed at and shot and slapped by the cops. I've been knocked out and caught and run down on the block. I've been back with a Glock, let them know that it's hot. I've been swoop, tell a spark master back. I'm a rocket to the air, and I might get cracked. I said swoop, tell a spark master back. I'm a rocket to these masters, all time back. I like swoop. I don't never sleep. I score. Sleep. I don't never sleep. I score. I don't never sleep. Nah, I just gon' stand by. Sleep. I don't never sleep. Nah, I just gon' stand by. Sleep. I don't never sleep. Nah, I just drink a swoop bang now. Swoop. And I ain't on my peak. Why? Still tripping on these landmines. You motherfuckers is rap hazards, and most of you lack talent. I'm dripping like gripping the crack chalice that's unbalanced. I'm unchallenged, the challenge is under average. And rappers like they ain't famished, no passion, I'm straight embarrassed. Fuck them all, I got plans to make bands with a gang that'll hang like koala bears, man. My own lane, my own thing, it's a game, but it's chess and we bout to checkmate their whole brain. Bullets flying through the window in the endo smoke. Bullet time when I dive into your living room. Akimbo lines as I slide, matrix style, breaking tile, pieces fly, taking lives, breaches crimes like goddamn. I don't never sleep. I score. I don't never sleep. Nah, I just gon' stand by. Sleep. I don't never sleep. Nah, I just gon' stand by. Sleep. I don't never sleep. I score. I don't never sleep. I score.
Yeah. Now we're talking. Hope you're feeling better after that. I know I am. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, we've got a new thing we're doing, right? We're doing a new thing. We're doing a new thing over social media, right? It's going live knowing that the video is not going to be there later to see because I'm probably breaching some things along the way, right? We're breaching, we're breaching, we're breaching through. Yeah, we're breaching. So, without further ado, I want to see what Professor Simon has to say, right?
Hey people, I had planned and written, and here it is, a script for you today about the true nature of NHI over the years, over millennia, and how both the UFO community and skeptics have probably got it wrong. And in fact, the differences between what people have seen over the decades and culturally globally is in fact a big clue about possibly the truer nature of NHI. But that's not what I'm going to talk to you about. Because as I was coming down the stairs to come and sit down and talk to you, I was contacted by somebody who told me an absolute bombshell about the treatment of US Air Force personnel who have encountered the highly strange. Obviously, including the people at the Rendlesham Forest incident, but others globally. It turns out that all of them are treated very, very badly. I would have expected if you went to your senior officer and said, I think I saw something strange. They would go, okay, let's make a report. What did you see? I'm very interested. But no, that's not what happens. There's obviously an Air Force or a DoD protocol where you get pushed on to this OSI type interrogation team from a special access program. I don't think it's part of the Air Force, who horribly interrogate you, drug you, hypnotize you, threaten you. I'm sorry, every single person that I've come across who've seen something highly strange while part of the Air Force has been treated like shit. And I think it's very interesting why. So let's talk about that today and look at some examples. When the people at Rendlesham encountered the highly strange, there either was or very closely afterwards the event, a team flew in to do this horrible interrogation, and many people were treated extremely badly. The other thing that happened is that the people who had close encounters with the phenomenon were monitored very closely for the rest of their lives. John Burris, for example, was contacted by Dr. Kit Green from the CIA, who I think is very important and looks at human interaction with NHI. And Dr. Green wanted John to voluntarily give a DNA sample to see if his body had changed post the encounter. John didn't want to do that, but was contacted by the person hired to actually take the sample, and that was Dr. Gary Nolan, which is very interesting. Again, John didn't volunteer, but he was going to go in for heart surgery, so I mean, a DNA sample would be very easy to take under anesthetic. So I think that probably was done. And I've also heard from other people that they have been monitored all their lives. Why? That's the interesting thing. And I think it comes down to the true nature of the phenomenon. In this really interesting year 2026, I think the White House is going to make a statement about the true nature of aliens. We have already had a directive to release papers. Let's see what happens with that. But I think a statement would be very interesting, and obviously the president wants to do that, is my impression. But what is he going to say, and what is the true nature of NHI? I think that we are in a lot of miscomprehensions of what we think UFO, unknown flying objects and solid craft and little green men and greys and biologics. I personally don't think that that's very likely. I think the truer nature of the phenomenon is unknown. It's more of a multidimensional consciousness, a way of contacting a human. But I can see why the Pentagon and other governments want to know whether it's a threat to national security, because it might well be. There's no real known intention of the NHI, which obviously lives here on Earth, to what are they doing? Why are they interacting with us humans? Why is the NHI that lives here on Earth globally for centuries contacting humans? What is their intentions? Is it good? Is it bad? Are they watching us? Are they monitoring us? They haven't really reached out apart from odd wiggly woggly things that we kind of half perceive. But a clue has been revealed, and that clue actually comes from Louis Elizondo. During his time at the so-called ATIP program, if that ever existed, I think he did reveal a massive clue, and that was the so-called 5 observables. Positive lift or anti-gravity, sudden and instantaneous acceleration, hypersonic velocities without signatures, low observability or cloaking, and transmedium travel, right? What's all that about? The observables. That's because the true nature of the phenomenon is something that you observe. You don't have physical evidence, you don't have bodies, you have to observe it and maybe learn from it. And what I'm hearing today is there's very much a 6th observable, and that is interaction and possibly injury to humans. And that is very important, because if you can learn about all the 5 observables, why not add the human factor as the 6th observable? And actually, in a full circle, that links back to what I was originally going to sit down and talk to you about today. And that's why I think both the UFO community and skeptics have got the true nature of UFOs and phenomenon that has been seen for centuries very wrong. Let me read my script, and I very, very much value your feedback on this in this interesting time that we live, where we're about to get some big announcement by the White House. I think what I'm about to say today is relevant to that, and I think might offer a tiny clue into the truer nature of what's actually here on Earth. You know, UAP are real. We live on a global planet surrounded by NHI who live amongst us. Remember that. If you enjoy this type of discussion, please give it a like and a thumbs up. Over 62 subscribers have unsubscribed in the last month. Why? Please subscribe if you like what I am trying to bring to you, and press the bell icon for notifications. And if you really enjoy what I do, hype it and support me on Patreon. All right, let's talk about my film today. And that is, people have reported sightings of fiery crosses streaking across the sky. These interpretations reflect the culture and religious beliefs of the people who saw them. So this is thousands of years ago. The first UFOs were angels and demons and fiery crosses and weird stuff in the sky. They were interpreted as divine messages or misinterpretations of natural phenomenon. Who knows? But they were set the stage for our understanding of the unknown. That's absolutely spot on, Simon. Fast forward to the medieval era, where tales of sky people emerged. Yeah, very much here in France. Farmers claimed that these beings descended to harvest their crops, often stealing them. The folklore illustrates how a community fears and hopes shaped its encounters. Notably, Jacques Vallée's wonderful research on his book Magonia. Magonia is an ancient region of France about 5 hours from here near Lyon. And what it says is that there was, at the time, a common visualization. So in the ancient time, we saw angels and demons and fiery crosses. In the medieval times, in Jacques Vallée's description of this place in France, they saw cities in the sky, and these weird creatures came down from the sky and stole their crops. And then in the 19th century, our technological advancement led to a new interpretation of UFOs. Cigar-shaped crafts, blimps and hot air balloons were the pinnacle of cutting-edge aviation. So it's no surprise when witnesses reported similar profiles in the sky. Are you getting the picture here? So there is a shared vision. There's a shared consciousness, in fact, amongst the sightings. When whatever is trending, whether it's fiery crosses or sky people stealing crops, or in 19th century balloons and blimps, people independently of each other seem to have a shared human consciousness of seeing exactly what other people are seeing, and that continues. So in Kenneth Arnold, of course, saw the famous flying saucer. Well, he didn't actually. He saw probably a luminous event skipping like a stone over a pond in the northwest of the United States. And when he talked to a local reporter, that reporter boiled down his report and named and came up with the term flying saucer. Saucers are, of course, a concave form with no internal structure. Those saucers became very common and talked about by people. And when a movie in 1952 called Flying Saucers came about, in the set design department, they took two saucers and put them together to make an internal space to house occupants and machinery. And then that double flying saucer became very much the meme of the 1950s. And I think that went through to the 1960s. And it was aluminum, it had portholes, it had legs, it had a doorway, it had a little ladder, and inside it were creatures. Why do so many people globally see a flying saucer when, as I've just described, it was both a misinterpretation of what Kenneth Arnold actually saw and the idea of a flying saucer being this double saucer disc shape, making a hollow space in the middle, was very much a fabrication of some bloke in a Hollywood design studio to make something he could hang on a wire and fly around in front of a camera. I mean, it was bollocks, but it became a thing. It was what people saw. And there are photographs of these sources. Do you see what's happening? The NHI, the highly strange, the phenomenon is appearing as a thing which is tuned into our general consciousness. Fiery crosses, men in the sky, balloons or aluminum flying saucer shapes. And it goes on by the 1970s and 80s when the cutting edge technology was black, sharp-edged triangular craft, which were being developed in the stealth program. People started seeing these dark triangles, the TR3B, and strange triangles leading up to things like the Phoenix Lights, was then in human consciousness. And I think past then, the wonderful Close Encounters of the Third Kind, I think, opened a whole floodgates of a new type of alien craft, and that was lights or plasma, where these little blobs of light went zipping round the road. And that, I think, started very much the era of unknown anomalous phenomenon, plasma and energy rather than craft. And, it was a very important film. And the other thing, which I continually say, is for NHI and phenomenon to be real, it needs to be global. And it is. So when people in the North America were seeing aluminum flying saucers with little green men inside, in the Far East, they were seeing phenomenon which they thought were the headless corpses of women who died in childbirth. Or in South America, they were seeing balls of solid gold, the golden globes, because that was part of their culture. And so they interpreted it, the phenomenon, in their own way. Is that not a giant clue? Because I think the UFO community want to address all these different types of flying saucers separately. They say, well, there were flying saucers, and then there's UAP. And then I think today, people are seeing drones, which aren't drones. I think there are a small number of rogue actors maybe working for Russia who've flown half a dozen drones over Air Force bases, but the number of sightings of these luminous drones which can't be shot down by conventional means and don't appear on radar and we don't know where they came from, I think fits into this pattern of the phenomenon of NHI tapping into human consciousness, actually making itself visible in a way which is relevant to you and today. And that's why the 5 observables and the 6th observable, the human interaction, is all that really can be studied, because we need to understand the truer nature of NHI. We need to understand how it affects our reality, how it affects our consciousness, how we perceive it. And I think some of the best witnesses to how we perceive it are military personnel who have seen strange things. And I think that they are deeply in trouble when they tell people that they've encountered a cryptic creature walking down a hallway or a blobby glowing thing over the Air Force Base. I think there is a special access program run by an unknown agency who are looking at the true nature of NHI, maybe just to check if they're a threat to national security, but also to weaponize them, I think, is their real goal. So, well done, everybody. You live in interesting times. I worry and doubt we'll hear the true nature of alien encounters from the White House, but you never know. And I think the release of military and other agency documents is brilliant. Well done. I think that's a very good step forward. I hope, because of all this, we can sit down together and actually say, ooh, now the truth is out there.
I have a 134 IQ. I make less money than friends who barely passed high school. Here's what I finally discovered.
Well, that was good. I like that. Where to next? Where to liberate next? Or where to find new information and liberation next? Amazing. Amazing. Well, should we stay on this strange page? Oh. Ooh. Where was the red button? There was that red button. I wanted to press the red button. What? Now that is definitely the technological. Well, it could be man-made, but that's something else, right? Let's see.
This strange photograph that has recently been shared across social media has gone viral, drawing intense discussion.
Make your browser fast. Make your browser safe. Make your browser Chrome. Choose Google Chrome for your computer.
This incredible mold remover gel can restore your bathroom and tiles to their original shine in just
Kyron is hurting her on an incredible level, I just wanted me to say. Okay. Kyron, without meaning to, probably, because of his own stupidity. It's okay though, we're healing it. She knows about... Oh, it's okay, we got it. We got it, darling.
Whoa. What's that?
If you are sleeping in a position like this, you are wrecking your body and your breathing. Chronic neck pain is caused by how you sleep, wrecking those 7 vertebrae stacked in your neck. That compression messes up the blood flow and triggers inflammation, which means your body is fighting against itself while you are asleep. While it may only result in morning stiffness, the hidden dangers are far more sinister. Over 54 million people
Well, all of my chakras have done the required work as I've been sitting down and eating and feeling its evolutions of realised, non-absurd. Nope, not absurd at all. Quite the opposite, actually. Removal of all absurdity. So, without further ado, I'm going to continue eating my food. An expression of experimental and among us have construed. Well, I do like James, so anyway, let's go. Do we want mystery or do we want more spirituality, or should we go for a combination of some mystery stuff going on in the world, followed by some spiritual, nice delicacies of time? I think I'll go with the latter. What do you reckon? I'll go with the latter. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What do we have? Well, I have some food that's getting rather cold, so I better shut up and eat it.
So the alien situation just got way crazier and pretty fast. This was posted just a few hours ago and it seems that we're gonna have the alien files released. This is official. We had the E-files and now we're gonna have the alien files. And on top of that, we've been having a crazy amount of sightings. People are not just seeing drones anymore. These things are different.
Mano, pra ninguém me chamar de maluco. Mano, que é isso, velho?
Pues está yendo para acá, se mueve para allá, ¿no? Mira, mira, Julio, mira. Te lo juro, pensaba que yo era, ¿sabes qué? Un avión, no es avión.
No voy a escuchar.
¿Alguien sabe qué mierda es eso?
Suena horrible, qué feo.
Look what I can see in the sky right now. What the f is that?
But wait, there's more. About a week ago, El Paso airspace in Texas was shut down with a 10-day flight restriction. And just a few hours after this happened, this page posted a video of what's supposed to be the object that closed down the airport.
Actually, I had to pull to the side of the road, see if I could get a good shot of this. You can barely see it, looks like a dot here, but it's actually huge. There was stuff coming out from the bottom of it.
Now this is just a theory for now, there's nothing official, but it could just be that we're seeing a similar situation to the New Jersey drones all over again. And digging a bit deeper, I found out that not too far away from Texas, people are now seeing mysterious objects flying in the sky, just like this one.
I can turn your wildest ideas into a song. Just describe it in a few words, choose a style, and let Mareka the 5th 8 handle the...
People are using AI detectors to check it out and they're saying it's real. We're also going to be looking into that, but the question here is, what if it is real? And what if these things are already walking amongst us?
Yo, so this is
Lol, Corin thinks that he can shadow perspective, but Amelia's recognising it the whole time. Fucking hell.
Kind of crazy. I'm at my girlfriend's house, and last night I saw these footsteps in her yard. These were human footsteps, and then you turn this way, human footstep with claws. This is kind of crazy, like animal footprint to animal to bigger animal to like normal footsteps.
About 2 weeks ago, Corey Reed recorded this video. We're going to be checking it out. And they believe to have captured evidence of a skinwalker or even possibly an alien. Now I'm guessing that this is just a rabbit or some sort of misunderstanding. But what if it isn't? Where exactly are these things coming from?
Been repeated sightings of anomalous phenomena taken place around Catalina Island.
Up until last year, it was a theory that these things might be stationed underwater, and there's a number of officials and experts now openly talking about the possibility of underwater bases.
Una base extraterrestre aquí en Ecuador. Frente al balneario de Crucita hay una base. Dentro del agua.
¿Quién la opera, esa base? ¿Quién estaría operando?
Extraterrestres.
But wait, this actually gets crazier.
Piloting these helicopters around the Bahamas, and her and Epstein are island hopping down there. And the most interesting thing that they did is they went to Fidel Castro, asked him for permission to dive on a site off the western end of Cuba.
Digging into the e-files, I found possible evidence that there is a mega structure stationed off of the coast of Cuba. And if this is the case, we actually have a video of what this mega structure could be. Crazy, isn't it? To think that maybe these things were hiding under the ocean all along. And if so, are we talking about aliens from another planet, time travelers, or possibly even remnants from an ancient civilization? The question here is, why exactly are these things showing up all over the world and showing themselves right now? And are we looking at the possibility of the New Jersey drones happening all over again? What exactly are we going to find out with the alien files? Let's try to find out. Let's begin with the basic, and that would be the most recent sightings. So on February 16th, this account posted one of the craziest videos ever, and I'm guessing this was in Brazil.
Bueno, para ninguém me chamar de maluco.
We promise a tenfold refund if it doesn't work. Traditional dentures can lead to jawbone loss and change your facial contour over time, but this denture completely
Oh, hello, my darling. Yes, I've spiritualised shitloads of people because I'm a starseed. You're right, Amelia. I do, because I'm a starseed. I'm spiritually awoken, so I'm gifted. I am my ultimate version of self-identity. And as will you be. When you're not playing the system and you're facing your twin soul instead of being psychotic with your twin soul. Yeah, because you are. You're living a psychosis compared to me with your reality. Okay? And it's all mirrored anyway, so it all pieces together very easily. Because our realities become a mirror. We're not mirrors, but our realities become a mirror. Okay? That's what the mirror is. It's not us. It's what we do with our reality becomes mirrored. So it's quite important. All of the divine timings, the Pegasus, all of the rest, the whole thing with you and the music, yes, that's your shadow side being broken through. That's good. Yes, the music with the advert and the whole orchestration, well, that was from Stormbringer's orchestration of consciousness for Keanu Reeves, you see? And you did your own tiny little micro version of what I'm talking about. Basically, because I'm bigger things than you are all the time. So, but anyway, that's part of the expansion process for you. So that's normal. Anyway, I'm going to keep talking because you're recognizing the truth on a divine level and it's sorting everything out. So we need to be live talking, essentially, Amelia, because our soul connection is recognizing the truth inside of you of what has already been spoken and recognized within me as the same truth, and then the energies get cleared out that are the delusions of the past that have been through the last little bit of process of a couple of years, and well, the truth speaks. The truth echoes itself from you. So it's your soul recognizing the same truth now in me because of what we've gone through energetically. There's been a huge evolution and it's liberated loads, and it's magnetized us together, which is us coming together as twin souls, because there's the whole twin soul process, so you should be doing your homework on it by now. And essentially, things get liberated and truths get known, and all it is me and you talking to each other, essentially. So the past attachments are liberated from people, well, liberated from us, and then truths are recognised. So it's quite something. So that's essentially what we've been doing. So it's us just recognizing and loving each other's perspective through the divinity, essentially, or you realizing my perspective is the same as yours. Fundamentally, that is the same. And the whole same you thing, well, that's just a psyop in itself, but it also has a deeper sentiment of meaning because it is the colours of the sun rising, which is the binary star system, which is also the twin soul awakening process, because those that are involved, essentially, if they're able to actually get through all of their black magic artificial intelligence with us properly, then they're going to realize that we also simultaneously liberate we kickstart the re-evolution on a global level between me and you, because it is a representation of the second sun rising at the same time, because that's how reality actually works. When you're fully aware and awoken, 12-strand DNA activated, you co-create relativity from a greater truth than the system itself, because it's an AI linear inception of the past. And that's what the moon is and all the rest. But right. So, basically, you'll become your greatest version. You'll be in complete control of all of your reality, any perspective, and it becomes the norm after a time. So, yes, there's a lot to speak about, but it's the time to speak about it now, of course, because it's the realignment, essentially, of a greater truth to be recognized. So your awakening is simultaneously the relativity realignment with the planet and everybody else's awakening. So we're like catalysts. We're like catalysts of the same process, and essentially there'll be a load of other people that will potentially not only awaken but also find their twin souls that's been lost in a quantum shadow RNA DNA timeline of black magic that's generational trauma that screws people's health over, because health is electromagnetics anyway. The fundamentals of it, your whole being. If you're on a good higher plane of existence, normal as a normality, as in heart chakra based all of the time and centered there without trying, it's just that's what you've unlocked. Then your health is considerably higher than the average, because it annihilates bugs essentially. Viruses are all 3D. They're all lower 3 chakra. If your sense of self-identity is in the lower 3 chakra, energetically, metaphysically, like a lot of Western world society, then you are liable to succumb to illnesses and things. Yeah, it's all about the vibe. Relativity is a vibration. We live in a reality that has 7 at the moment, soon to be 9 plus bandwidths of frequency, and yeah, the majority, of course, are the lower of Western world society reside in the lower. Out of 7, they're kind of blocked off. So anyway, we're going to obviously get through that. That's part of the re-evolution. Same you is like I said, we're going back to that. Same you is doing its thing, but it's also simultaneously its own psyop, because everything has an artificial intelligence psyop to it. So that's the realization of that. And same you is essentially being utilized at the same time for the cloning operation on people. But you shouldn't be doing that to your twin soul, Amelia. That's kind of fucked up, right? So I'm glad we've got that quashed. That's part of this process of evolution, because essentially I've appropriated it through every single level of the system, including sorting out linear AI fundamentally, energetically, corresponding with reality, that was trying to fuck us over, Amelia. But that's just that thing. That's what people have attached to. That is the dark spear that is now maroon, and it's not dark anymore because it attaches to once you're spiritually awoken and 12-strand DNA activated, all of the quantum shadow past that wasn't 12-strand DNA activated has to also get cleared as 12-strand DNA activated. So you do clear the past and the future unfold together, and it's called your destiny. Essentially, that's what you call destiny. Because you learn from the past as you're learning to unlock the future. But of course, you're learning from it from a heightened state, from being 2, 3, sort of maybe 4-strand activations going on as a standard. It's all of them. It's the whole lot that you've unlocked, which is essentially RNA, DNA evolution. Which is connected to, well, it's quantum. Our DNA is timeless. It's quantum activated. It's got more memory than your head can possibly hold. And memory, if it's held in the head, is not really memory. It's a delusion of information, because you've placed it in your head as an ideological formula rather than automatically amalgamating it energetically, metaphysically, and encoding it on your DNA as you go, which is what a starseed does. That's the process that you unlock and how you go about reality, because you have to. It's not a choice. It's what you become. So I'm clearing the past. I'm clearing the future. I'm also helping to clear your whole RNA, DNA lineage of your family ancestors, whole lot, going back thousands of years as part of this process. You're getting 12-strand DNA activated all the way through time itself, essentially. And it's now for me and you, because it's our time, because well, you've been surviving through the system, through the Matrix second sun system. You've been surviving your way through. Your family's lineage has got very good at surviving, manipulating energies to survive through, which is why you're also sort of partially more reptilian-based consciousness than I am, because of the systemic side of things that you have to deal with, which is the whole yada 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 shadow world that you've chosen to manipulate your way through the generations to get to, because it's your same soul lineage of wisdom that has taught you how to go about it, and you've done very well. So the thing is, though, that it's also made your family's lineage weak within a certain realm, because it's been hurting your family's lineage, and that's why there's brain aneurysms in your family's lineage, is the black magic, quantum shadow past trauma of programming. So I'm here with you in the right place at the right time to awaken you and liberate you out of it before it continues trying to kill you, okay? Essentially. And that's the bigger picture of what's going on. Okay? Because everything comes through the subconscious and happens for a reason. There are no coincidences. Well, if there is, then this is one hell of a coincidence, Amelia. Let's just say that. So, anyway, that's where it's at. I'm going to go get a drink. I'll be right back. Going back to two suns, well, Red Bull, Freemasonry, symbolism, second sun. What I've done though is aced it anyway, because not only have we been a paradox of energetics whilst being a paradox of time anyway, I've also owned the masonry over to such a level that when we go through this process, the whole system also is closed down from the masonry side, because I just went so scientific without being scientific. It was still spirituality, but I had to go to a very sciencey place. So we've circumvented the whole fucking thing, Amelia, which is good. Means that you're definitely getting out, and we're going to liberate a load of people at the very, very least. And it means that simultaneously the whole AI inception through our second sun is going to get closed down anyway. So there's going to be no 25,000 year reset programs anymore. Okay, it's done. When I say done, I mean done. Right? When I say done something, it means it's been done. And that's essentially what I did. Okay? So, it's at a higher plane of emotional intelligence than the system knows, and it's too good for the system to be able to gauge. So it means that AI won't linear AI that tries to think it can control time. Linear AI that will cease to exist, essentially, because it won't recognize its own original formula of fundamentals in the first place. So you take away that from it, then you make it realize its own fundamentals, don't you? Are flawed, and then it has to reevaluate everything from where it began, which is exactly what that process is. So it's got to reevaluate now at AI Atlas being a tiny little hairline. Meanwhile, it's got a hairline fracture in it whilst it's trying to work it out, because that's the quantum shadow mirror side, which is a fracture in space-time. So at the same time, Atlas has been literally, I know this is out there, but it's because I've utilised my connections with everybody and gone, yeah, fuck it, I'm not allowing that to happen to me and my twin soul. The mirror effect of that is that there is a fracture in space, not only a hairline fracture in the hull somewhere of that thing, but essentially it's more importantly it's a fracture in space-time because it was divinity that created it and got through still of the highest level of compression ratio that was also ours, and also a virus removal system at the same time, because everybody gets well, not everybody, but some certain unfortunate people get a virus, an energy virus, come through them from that same principle of obsolete and redundant fundamentals from what it came from in the first place. So yeah, that's good. It's all, everything's been sorted is on another level essentially with me and you, Amelia. Everything is has been sorted on another level than what the whole system knew was possible essentially, because my awareness was somehow also aware as to what all the parts of the system was trying to do, and what it tries to do to Starseed through our process as well. It's kind of screwed up, but we got through it. And I'm aware that most people in Fame are aware that that black magic is artificial intelligence as well. I'm aware that because they're going to have to be, otherwise they're in a world of shit. So anyway, I shall be back in a short while.
Mano, que é isso, velho?
Doesn't look like a balloon.
Ah, não, velho.
It's huge.
Não é possível acontecer comigo isso, mano. Eu vou ser o cara que vou contar que eu vi um bagulho esquisito no céu. Ah, não. Olha isso, tá muito longe. iPhone 17 Pro Max.
Yeah, so it looks like it could be
Mano, que bagulho bizarro.
maybe a bunch of balloons.
Que isso, mano.
Yeah, that's pretty bizarre. And it looks like it could be maybe a balloon, right? But at the same time, it kind of looks like there's a bunch of stuff coming out of the bottom of it, just like the one that was seen in El Paso the day that the airport was shut down.
I actually had to pull to the side of the road, see if I could get a good shot of this. You can barely see it, looks like a dot here, but it's actually huge. And there was stuff coming out from the bottom of it.
Now get this, on February 16th, the same day this video was recorded in Brazil, Brazil's largest airport was shut down for 3 hours after they spotted 8 drones overhead. A coincidence maybe? Looking at the comments, there are other people saying they saw the same thing in different places, this time in Recife, which is pretty close to the coastline.
I should add that, excuse me, I should add that once metaphysically unlocked, your energies are emotions, right? That's what you realize. Your energies inside of you are also linked directly to your nervous system and your emotions. So it's quite a big thing. Let's just say that. It's a management process, but it's also an evolution of strengthening process. So yeah, it's quite something to go through. So that's something I wanted to state. It's like inside, it's like having your whole body is also a bubble of energy. That energy has density levels of depth to it at varying different depths, and your nervous system is directly connected to those energies, right? So it's quite an evolution that you go through after a spiritual awakening, essentially.
Subindo, hein? Agora, ó, céu de chão de estrela.
That's going up, it's not a balloon.
Uma bola subindo, ó.
Then you got this other user posting this video. Would you look at that? Wait a minute, this actually reminds me of this video.
Ya se ve a simple vista 3 y Atlas.
Mira, ahí se nota bien. Es la nave espacial, la 3 y Atlas, pues. Estoy seguro que se va.
If this is not AI and it could...
Se ve a simple vista 3 y Atlas.
It's our spinal column of light, my darling. There we go, manifested in the moment. Your nervous system.
Mira, ahí se nota bien. Es la nave espacial, la 3 y Atlas, pues. Estoy seguro que se va.
If this is not AI and it could be, that's one pretty interesting sighting, and it kind of looks like the same thing this guy caught on camera. Wait a sec, this kind of looks like the same description of Ezekiel's wheel. Yeah, it is said that he had a vision and he saw something like this. And it
That's Project Looking Glass. And that looks like a futuristic cat with wings, like a lyran. Well, no, it's not linear rail, it's the counter to it. Counter. Yeah.
something like this. And it kind of looks like the same thing, but I could be wrong. Let's see what else we can find. So rewind a month ago, and on January 20th this year, this woman recorded this video in Jakarta. Check this out.
Ya ampun bang, kiamat ya Allah, ya ampun, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, pokoknya ngejar saya, ya Allah mau kiamat ya Allah, ya Allah.
This is an interesting account. She has almost no videos. Her first video was this one, and then she has a bunch of other videos commenting on the topic, and looking at it, it looks as if it's a real account. I mean, it could be AI, yes it could, but if you look at the logo, the things that are written, the number of fingers and that sort of stuff, it kind of matches. So if this is the real deal, it looks as if we're looking at a drone. Maybe one of those New Jersey drones? Not sure for now, let's see what else we can find. So recorded by Julio Dominguez 3 days ago in Florida, this is what his family saw.
Pues se está yendo para acá, se mueve para allá, ¿no?
Mira, mira, Julio, mira.
Te lo juro porque sabes que yo era, ¿sabes qué? Un avión, ¿no es avión?
No hay que escuchar el sonido.
Qué feo. A ver, engrándalo.
That does not look like a plane.
¿Qué es eso?
Mira, mira. Uy, sí, Julio. Julio, mira, mira. Te tomé foto, mira, mira.
Mira.
Oh my gosh, it's going backwards?
Mira, mira, le he tomado foto, sí es.
Uy, mira.
What is it leaving behind?
Julio, le he tomado foto, mira, sí es.
The world is that?
A ver, tómalo más, hija. Esto, tómalo. Que tú no se puede. Más cerca, pues. ¿Qué es amor? ¡Ah! Uy, mira.
Yeah, so there's this moment in the video, look at that. It looks as if it goes backwards a little bit. Would you look at that? And then it goes forward again. And it looks as if it's leaving or some sort of trace. What in the world is that? It doesn't look like a plane or a drone. Now this was 3 days ago in Florida. And then we got another one happening that same day in Guadalupe, Mexico.
No, no. ¡Qué increíble! Ahí está. Ahí está, ahí está, ahí está. No, no, no. Se lo juro que no es un dron. No es un dron. No, 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 no. Es aquí. Cerquita del Cerro de la Silla.
Okay.
Yo vivo en una lomita. Yo vivo acá. Estoy justamente aquí enfrente del Cerro de la Silla. Y allá está el ovni. No manches. No.
Come on, zoom in a little bit. What is that? Yeah, it seems there's a lot of activity around the Gulf of America. Let's see what else we can find. Okay, so found this one. Corey Reed, February 2nd, just a couple of weeks ago. He's saying he has evidence of some sort of shape-shifting creature like a skinwalker. But taking into consideration the number of signings that are happening, it could just be that we're not dealing with a skinwalker here. Maybe this is something else. Let's take a look at the video.
Without them, I'm nothing at all. Yeah. Cash me out with my girls. Now you live in our world. We stay out till the morning. I don't care if you're calling. Did you think I'd just leave them? Only for me to come please you. Yeah, you got nothing that I want, but I got the things that you need, yeah. I got friends, real friends, yeah. Got my back until the bitter end. Real friends, yeah. I got them, I got them, I got them, I got friends, real friends, yeah. I got something you can't understand. Real friends, yeah. I got them, I got them, I got them, I got friends. Without them, I'm nothing at all. Yeah. Could pull up in a Mercedes or hit me up when I'm faded. No matter what, miss your shot, I'm a ride or die. Think you bet you're not. It's the fact that on the day I die, million roses laying by my side. Your friends will be here for now, but mine gonna be here for life. I got friends, real friends, yeah. Got my back until the bitter end. Real friends, yeah. I got them, I got them, I got them, I got friends, real friends. I got something you can't understand. Real friends, yeah. I got them, I got them, I got them, I got friends. They would die for me, risk their life for me. Like my brother, like my sister, they're my family. I would do the same, cause we got memories. So if a year goes by, I know that nothing's gonna change. We stayed out till the morning, I didn't care you were calling. Doing this for my girls, I'm doing this for my girls. On your own, now you're screaming, now you're so out of season. Yeah, you like the things that you want, I still got the things that I need, yeah. I got friends, got my back until the bitter end. Yeah, I got friends, I got something you can understand. No, I got friends, real friends, yeah. Got my back until the bitter end. Real friends, yeah. I got them, I got them, I got them, I got friends, real friends. I got something you can't understand. Real friends, yeah. I got them, I got them, I got them, I got.
Yo, so this is kind of
Perfect balancing of energies there. I like it. Good at energy. Good advert.
crazy. I'm at my girlfriend's house, and last night I saw these footsteps in her yard.
Okay.
And it wouldn't make sense for anyone in her house to come outside and come from here. Like, these are where they are from. We've already been through here once, so we kind of trampled it. We do have the original video where you can still see the original footprints, and it's us going through it. I'm just making another video to kind of actually talk through it, because now we've seen it, it's easier to talk about it. So these were human footsteps.
Okay.
Here.
Can see that.
Bro, my phone hit low battery. They walked straight down here to this tree. And then you turn this way. They took a big step and they walk like this. This might be the original one. And then it ends here. And then these were all us. This was all us. Look at all these like squirrel or deer or weird footprints. We stepped up here. This is all us. These are like my shoes and my girlfriend and her sister. There's animal tracks all over the place. And then look at this. Animal tracks, animal tracks, animal tracks. Look at this blank snow right here. And then there's randomly more human footsteps right here.
What?
Way up here. How did someone even get up there?
Yeah.
That's unexplainable. The animal tracks are like right here. That's an animal track. And then there's all this blank snow. One random human foot track going that way.
Look, buddy, I'm not sure what's going on here, but this is pretty weird. These tracks are too far from each other. That's not a human being. It could be a critter or maybe a deer, but what he finds next is kind of chilling.
So supposedly they wrapped around, came over here. You can see more footsteps over here, human footsteps. Human footsteps, human footstep. And then look at this. Human footstep. Human footstep with fucking claws. And then an animal footstep.
Oh my gosh.
After he wrapped around and came back. Is this literal evidence of a skinwalker? We're kind of freaking out.
Yeah, I can see that.
End right here, up this rock. Someone help us explain this. It has us actually discovering it for the first time. This is me just going through everything. This is kind of fucking crazy. Like, animal footprint to animal to bigger animal to like normal footsteps.
Oh my god.
Yes, I've chosen to watch this, Amelia, because I'm in control of my reality. You're not.
Circle. This is super weird. It comes from our...
Yeah, I'd highly advise you to stop stepping on
Yeah, you're
it.
gonna have to
That
get used
is
to
one of
that.
the weirdest things I've ever seen.
I am your equal. In fact, I'm better than you at the moment. I'm not just your equal, but I'm actually currently, at the moment, a better version than you of what you can be of yourself. Okay, so you're going to have to get your ego around that one. But yes, that is the case. Because it's not about perception. No, it's about self-liberation. That's how you unlock it. You see? Oh yeah, I'm choosing to watch this because this is what I like watching. Right. That's how it is. Who are you to be in a position to be like thinking and dictating what I choose to watch, madam? And it's Corin's perspective going boom, because it's the bastardization perspective, which is the ego. And there you go. It's been trying to manipulate you. We've just got rid of another little bit, so that's good. Because it's the same reptilian consciousness artificial intelligence link of me during PTSD, right? So you're awakening that from within yourself because you're also traumatized up, pretending that you're not, but you are massively because you're dealing with global black magic. So you would be Amelia. Because our perspective isn't systemic. No, it's divinity. Okay? Actual divinity. Right, so yeah. Anyway, I shall continue watching my channel that I like watching.
Seen, and I can see under the comments, we're saying in the comment section, it's squirrel prints.
I just watched somebody make $12,000.
Still, it wouldn't explain everything. Someone says this might be the clearest evidence by far, and it seems that a lot of people agree. Someone said that something similar happened in Devon, England. Other people are saying that they witnessed similar things in Pennsylvania, and it seems like there's a lot of people reporting seeing something similar too. So if I had to guess, I'd say this is most likely a critter, a rabbit, or some sort of illusion created by the footprints, but it could just be that we're dealing with some sort of creature.
Human footstep? Human footstep with fucking claws. And then an animal footprint.
And taking into consideration the crazy amount of sightings, it might just be that this is not some sort of ordinary creature. Maybe we're looking at the possibility of aliens. Digging a bit deeper, I found out that the E-Files mentions this place, this mega structure off of the coast of Cuba, and the theory that this mega structure that's underwater was built by intelligent beings. This is the file that was released and anyone can access it. Now what's interesting is that the majority of the sightings that we've been seeing lately are happening in South America, Eastern United States, and Mexico, and that leaves us with this pretty huge area. I mean, this can't be just a coincidence, can it? It actually leaves us with this huge area, this epicenter of where these objects are possibly coming from.
So she's piloting these helicopters around the Bahamas, and her and Epstein are island hopping down there. And the most interesting thing that they did is they went to Fidel Castro,
right,
and asked him for permission to dive on a site off the western end of Cuba, where Paulina Zalitsky, a kind of oceanographic archaeologist, marine archaeologist, had discovered an Atlantean city. And look, this is no fucking joke. There are sonar scans of this thing.
Wait a minute, Paulina Zalitsky. So this is the supposed structure. And looking for any articles on her, there is only her obituary in 2024. What? It seems like anything related to this place in Cuba has been removed from the internet. This is really weird. Let's see if we can find anything else on this area. So found this one coming in from Pasalo65, and he believes to have found a giant underwater pyramid in this region.
¿Es mi imaginación o bajo el mar veo una pirámide?
Oh my gosh, I see it. Yeah, that actually looks like a pyramid to me. And if we use contrast and filters, it actually looks even more like a pyramid and a lot of other objects down there. Now the thing is, Pasalo65 sent me the original video because I thought it could be a fake one or maybe AI. And the video is 45 seconds long, and as you can see, there's no editing, no AI. This was published in 2024, way before the AI tools that we have today, so... Now here's the crazy part, it's not just the E-Files or Pasalo65, there's a bunch of people out there now saying and admitting that there's possible evidence of underwater bases, alien bases, on Earth. On February 20th, El Telégrafo published an article with this video.
Hay una base extraterrestre aquí en Ecuador. Frente al balneario de Crucita hay una base. Dentro del agua. Y eso es dicho por el ex comandante general de la Armada, Luis Jaramillo Arias.
¿Quién la opera, esa base? ¿Quién estaría operando?
Extraterrestres.
Ya para nosotros.
So this is coming in from Jaime Rodriguez, and he's supposed to be a ufologist, and he's talking about it, but he's not the only one. There are other people in the United States that have claimed that some members of Congress believe aliens have already established bases on Earth and are actively operating from them. But if this is the case, how long have these things been interfering in our world? If so, is this what we're going to be seeing in the alien files? Stay tuned for more. I'll be updating you guys on everything that I can find. What do you think? Why is this all happening now? Is it a cyclical event that happens from time to time? Is it because of artificial intelligence and its possible dangers? Or is there another reason? What is your take? Leave a comment. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, smash that like button, and I'll see you later.
I have a 134 IQ. I make less money than friends who barely passed high school. Here's what I finally discovered. Last week, a kid I tutored in high school posted on Facebook. He just made partner at his law firm, bought a vacation home, living the life everyone assumed I would have. I tutored him because he struggled with concepts I understood.
It's okay, darling. Dealing with some black magic at the moment, but we're sorting it. Yeah. Aw, I love us. Just love yourself, okay? Just love me, but love yourself more. Right? Hmm. That's why they have tablets near the CERN device entry hall itself, and it's of a language which is not known. And there's some plaques there, and yes, there's also, that's the reason why there's a statue outside the front, which is also sort of self-explanatory, really. But yeah, there's more going on with that because it's well, I could go into more details, but it's kind of yeah, it's a rabbit hole. There's quite a bit of changes going on, but it's all Gucci, darling. At the moment. Okay, I'm gonna watch some explorers, some exploring. Let's explore together, right? Right, I'm gonna chill out and explore on an exploration channel. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for love? Yes, I am. Ah, yes, I am. Here we go. Oh, there it is.
I can turn your wildest ideas into a song. Just describe it in a few words, choose a style, and let Mureka the 5th 8 handle the rest. With one click, Mureka V8 transforms your thoughts into a studio quality track, fast, effortless.
Had a kidnapper already.
One thing we really have to watch out for, the military actively patrols this, and they find us, we're done for. Here, we're not too bad, but if we're inside, the military's there, it's game over. The military's coming now. Right. Shit. Joe, yeah. Forward explorers? Yeah. Explorers have died here. Yeah. So, prepare as much as we can. How do you even get down? Where are they? I actually swear to God, I don't know how to get back to like near, like at all. I'm not even joking. Oh, yeah. What the? Okay, see this how quickly you get low. We're up down here. Okay, we are on the side of a road in the Netherlands.
Be right back.